The impact of ultra-processed foods on cognitive health is a deeply troubling and often underappreciated dimension of their harm. While much attention focuses on physical ailments like obesity and diabetes, the brain, our most vital organ for identity, memory, and function, is equally vulnerable to the toxic influence of these foods. Emerging research consistently links diets high in ultra-processed foods to accelerated cognitive decline, reduced brain volume, and an increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases, such as Alzheimer's. This connection represents a hidden but devastating consequence of modern dietary patterns, threatening not only individual well-being, but also imposing a massive burden on families and healthcare systems worldwide. Ultra-processed foods are characterized by high levels of refined sugars, unhealthy fats, additives, and low nutrient density. This nutritional profile promotes chronic systemic inflammation and oxidative stress, two biological processes that damage brain cells and disrupt neural communication. The brain is exceptionally sensitive to such insults, as its neurons depend on a delicate balance of nutrients, antioxidants, and healthy fats to maintain plasticity, the ability to form and retain memories and learn new information. When deprived of these essentials and flooded with harmful substances from ultra-processed foods, the brain's resilience diminishes. One of the most striking findings in recent studies is the association between high intake of processed foods and reduced hippocampal volume. The hippocampus is critical for memory formation and spatial navigation, and shrinkage of this region is a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. Diets rich in ultra-processed foods contribute to atrophy in this area, accelerating memory loss and cognitive impairment. Additionally, such diets have been linked to impaired executive function, skills essential for decision-making, problem-solving, and controlling impulses, further degrading quality of life. The mechanisms underlying these effects are multifaceted. High blood sugar levels caused by excessive consumption of refined carbohydrates lead to insulin resistance, not only in the body, but also in the brain. Insulin resistance impairs the brain's ability to regulate glucose, its primary fuel, resulting in energy deficits that compromise neuronal survival and function. Furthermore, the chronic inflammation promoted by processed foods leads to the accumulation of neurotoxic proteins such as beta-amyloid and tau, which are closely linked to Alzheimer's pathology. Artificial additives and preservatives common in ultra-processed foods may also have neurotoxic effects. Some studies suggest that certain food dyes and flavor enhancers can cross the blood-brain barrier, exacerbating oxidative stress and inflammatory responses within brain tissues. While research is ongoing, these findings raise serious concerns about the long-term neurological impact of regularly consuming such chemical-laden products. The cognitive damage caused by ultra-processed foods is compounded by their role in fostering other health conditions that independently increase dementia risk. For example, obesity, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, and cardiovascular disease, all closely linked to poor diet, are well-established risk factors for cognitive decline. Thus, ultra-processed foods act both directly and indirectly to erode brain health. The societal implications are staggering. Dementia cases are projected to rise dramatically in coming decades, with Alzheimer's disease representing the most common form. As populations age, the burden of cognitive decline will strain families, caregivers, and healthcare infrastructure. Preventable dietary factors, like the consumption of ultra-processed foods, are a modifiable risk that deserves urgent attention in public health strategies. Yet despite this alarming evidence, ultra-processed foods remain a dominant part of many diets worldwide due to their affordability, accessibility, and aggressive marketing. The food industry's role in promoting these products often overshadows the growing scientific consensus about their dangers. This disconnect leaves many unaware of the risk they are taking with their brain health. Addressing the cognitive risks associated with ultra-processed foods requires comprehensive action. Public health initiatives must emphasize the importance of nutrient-rich, whole food diets for brain preservation. Healthcare providers should screen for dietary habits as part of cognitive health assessments. Regulatory agencies need to scrutinize and limit the use of neurotoxic additives and incentivize production of brain-friendly foods. In conclusion, the consumption of ultra-processed foods poses a significant threat to cognitive function, memory, and long-term brain health. Through a combination of metabolic disruption, chronic inflammation, and direct neurotoxicity, These foods accelerate brain aging and increase the risk of devastating diseases like Alzheimer's. The consequences extend beyond individual suffering to global societal challenges. Without swift and decisive change, the silent erosion of mental faculties fueled by ultra-processed diets will continue to steal memories, independence, and lives at an alarming rate.